Welcome everyone. I am excited to share with you today how to make an exploratory or sensorial bin for your infant or toddler age child. I got a clear tub. It's actually like double the size of a shoebox. You can get these at Target, Walmart, Big Lots, like any large store like that that carries storage containers. It does not have to be this one. You can get a dish bin that's shorter and white from the dollar store. That works really well for these as well. This bin is for a snow theme that I'm doing with my little one. She happens to be 2 right now and she loves to explore everything. So this bin is for end of December. We'll do it for all of January and actually into February. We used to live in a very cold winter state where I could easily get snow. So if I had access to snow, my sensorial bin or my sensory bin would actually have real snow in it. And I would give her a pair of mittens or gloves that were waterproof. And I would let her play in that with a little sand shovel type thing. I would give her some containers, plastic cups where she could scoop it and roll them into snowballs. That would be the absolute best experience. You could do something similar if you want with ice cubes and just dump, a bunch of ice cubes in there and then put different things in. Again, if you do that, you just want to be really careful to not have them have it be in direct contact with their skin, because very quickly they can get freezer burn on their skin. So make sure that they have gloves on. I no longer live in a cold winter state, so I'm not going to have enough snow to make a bin, and so I'm actually using materials, and I wanted to show you all of the materials I bought to fill this bin. Most of these things are from Hobby Lobby, but you can also get them at Walmart type stores, at the dollar store, and so I wanted to show you quickly what they are, and then I will show you the end product. So I went to Hobby Lobby, and these items are all holiday related, so they all happen to be 60% off today. I oftentimes buy things on after the holiday sale, especially like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Halloween, because then I can just use it for the next holiday. These are actually garlands. They're pom-pom garlands, so they are all actually attached together. I'm going to leave them attached for my bin, but you could also cut them if you wanted. I just think, and they're super soft, that will be really fun for her to play with. I bought a bunch of white bells. Our 2-year-old is very good about not putting a lot in her mouth, so we can use smaller pom-poms with her. We don't have to worry that she will put them in her mouth and choke or swallow on them, but if you are worried about that, just, get something like this that won't come detached. This I particularly like putting in there, and you can either, leave this as is or you can cut it up. I already took mine out of the container, but this is what it is. It's mesh tubing. This one happens to be 3 feet or 36 feet. This came from the Dollar Tree, so it was $1.29 or 25, whatever it is right now. You can get quite a bit of it. There have been times when I've left it intact like this. There are other times when I will just use scissors and I will cut pieces. It's actually a really interesting texture. Some of the kids like it, some of the kids don't. My little one really enjoys it quite a bit. I got fake snow. I don't know that I'll put this in, to be quite honest. I think that this will be the messiest part of the project. So I think after she's explored the bin for a bit, maybe even a few weeks into it, I might add this at the very end, because I think this is really likely to stick to all those pom-poms. So I'm not really sure about that one. If I don't use it for this, I know I'll use it for a craft project. This is, you can see it's like snowflakes. They're snowflake confetti. Again, I think that I'm going to end up with this a lot of places, but then we'll just do some snow sweeping with them. These are also, they're called snow-like pebbles, and so they're basically little mini styrofoam balls. Again, I don't think that I will put this in initially. I think I will add this in once I see that she can handle some of the larger material. I love these huge tinsel pom-poms, so I use this for this activity because it takes her almost both of her little hands to fit this. But I also love using these to have an indoor snowball fight. or snowball toss, where we can work on tossing the ball to each other. That's for sure one of the skills as a 2-year-old she's working on, is throwing and catching and, saying, Mom, catch. Or for me to say to her, I'm throwing it to you, and for her to be aware enough to look at me and to catch it. These don't roll particularly well, so we do mostly throwing activities, but because it has sparkly things to it, I think it'll be great for the bin. I found these really awesome 10-piece snowflakes. They're just actually plastic snowflakes that I really liked because they're plastic, so they're a different texture. They're hard compared to almost everything else except for the bells that are soft. But I just, don't they look pretty in there? I think they look so awesome. So I got 2 of those. And then I got wooden objects that I'm going to leave plain, but you certainly could spray paint them or paint them if you wanted to. I, again, wanted a little bit of color. I didn't want everything to be white. I also really like that these are just like that they're different. When I'm not using it for the sensorial bin, I'm actually going to make matching work for her so she can match each of the 2 colors together, or sorry, excuse me, each of the 2 snowflakes together. That will be really great visual discrimination for her. And I'm hoping that as she does it, she gets a little bit better. We've started doing that with some things like matching her socks and matching other items. She's not really super consistent about doing it. And these are close enough visually that I think she'll really have to pay attention to some of the detail. And then lastly, I was so excited to find these. Look at these cute snow people I got. I did also think about making little gnome snow people. So I might actually, little snow hats, so I might add those to that as well. I'm going to go ahead and take everything out and put it in the bin so you can see it. All right, so here we are. I actually decided to only start with half of what I initially showed you. Let me show you how the bin turned out. You can decide what you think. Doesn't that look fun? I think this is just awesome. So this is that mesh cut up. I actually just cut it basically in half and then half again. You can cut them much smaller. This is nice because if they do happen to mouth it, they're not going to choke on it. They can't swallow that. Look at these, are so long. Just like that they can go exploring. There are the snowflakes, there are the clear ones. It actually makes a really fun noise when you move stuff. It's super soft. These are not super soft. And then these actually are strangely rough, but do you hear the sound? Snowman. All right, so when you do this with your child, they're just going to explore it. You're just going to give them this bin. Lots and lots of young children will just take everything out. They'll just pick it up and take it out of the bin. That's okay. It's a part of their learning process. And it's not the job of, okay, everything they take out, I have to put in. Part of them choosing this is that then they need to help clean up, right? And so let them work on it, let them use it as long as they want, and then they can put it back. If you want to do some activities with this, you can do things like vocabulary building. You can say, find the snowman. So they would have to find the snow person. Okay, find another snow person. And they would find another snow person. And then you could say, you have 1, 2 snow people. So you're incorporating math. You could do the same thing with the bells. You could do more sensorial activities. Show me something soft. This is soft. Show me something hard. This is hard. Show me something shiny. This is shiny. Show me something dull. This is dull. Right? So you can do large, small. Show me something long. Show me something short. And again, for short and long, you have to do a comparison. But there are just lots of activities like that that you can do. I was thinking that because I ended up with more material than I thought I would, I kind of like this much material in here because it's about halfway up the bin. So they can kind of do a lot with it without it spilling out too easily. So I was thinking I might save the other half to make a second bin for when we have a friend over or when we go to visit family over the holidays. I was thinking then we could bring 2 of these. They'd be pretty easy to stack. And then she could do it with her cousins, which I think would just be a really fun kind of different activity for them. So I hope you enjoyed making a sensorial bin. I'm actually going to do another activity on using the wooden pieces. If you'd like to check out that video, I would appreciate a thumbs up, a like if you like this sensorial bin, and I hope you check out my other videos on how to make material and do activities, whether you are homeschooling or just enjoy doing activities that are meaningful when you are with your child. Thanks so much for checking us out.